Hey, it's Robert C. Brown here, and welcome to Coffee with Robert. Now, we've got a new format with the show. We've taken a little bit of a break, come back, and I decided, whereas Coffee with Robert previously was just devoted to interviewing successful entrepreneurs and finding out their backstory and the challenges they've overcome, etc., we will still, in fact, be doing all of that good stuff. But I wanted to get Coffee with Robert out there every single week. And I've got an awful lot of stuff that I want to share on a personal basis with you too. So I hope that's cool with you. It means I'm going to be here more often sharing stuff with you. I've got my coffee ready. I hope you have too. I was ready for that. That's good. Because, I feel that there is so much I want to share with you that I don't want to just be producing shows when I have guests. And sometimes it can be difficult to have enough guests to fill a content schedule in the way that I want to do. So that's just a little bit of the kind of backstory behind why the format of the show is changing a little bit from now on. The primary focus will be you and I coming to Coffee with Robert, spending some time together, and I'm going to share something that I feel will help you with your life, with your business, and help you to be, do, and have everything that you want in life. That's my primary focus for being here. And every now and again, when I get a really, really great guest that I feel will add value from their perspective, then I'll bring them in and do a guest show as well. But they'll be more like a bonus from now on rather than the norm. I hope you're cool with that. And with that out of the way, let's get on to the subject matter for today's podcast. Well, essentially, what I wanted to talk to you about today was growth and growth strategy. Internal versus external growth. Now, before I go too deeply into this, this can really apply to both a business and to a person, an individual. This kind of external versus internal thing goes on all the time. So let me explain what I mean by this. Is that generally, rule of thumb is that when people come up against challenges, when business owners come up against challenges, they tend to look outside of themselves, outside of their business, for the solutions to the challenges that are coming up. They also look outside of themselves for opportunities. In fact, really what they do is they create challenges out there, and then they go out there to try and fix those challenges. And that is seldom the way to do it. It can work for a while and it can get you so far. But you get to a point where no matter how big your business or how small your business, that all the knowledge in the world and all the strategic know-how in the world is just not going to do any more for you. Then it becomes about something else. Growth now becomes about something else. You see, I don't know where you are in your business right now, but I talk to an awful lot of entrepreneurs every day of the week who come up against a ceiling with their business and they're unable to get past that ceiling and scale. And the problem is seldom a strategic one or a tactical one. The problem is usually something to do with their own belief systems, their own self-imposed limiting beliefs and low ceiling of expectation, and that of the people who are in their team or their business. There's an old Sicilian saying that says the fish stinks from the head down, and it's so true. If as a business owner you're displaying habits of a negative, disempowering nature, bad habits in other words, those are going to permeate through your entire organisation, and your business ends up being a reflection of who you are, what you believe, what you say, what you do, the whole thing. So, in which case, you'll understand that if you want the opposite of challenge, if you want the opposite of stunted growth, then what you really need to do is instill a mindset and belief system of possibility, of ambition, passion, drive, energy, enthusiasm, all of those positive things that can really push your business forward. You see, when I'm working with smaller businesses, I tend to find that smaller businesses tend to need a little bit of help with strategic techniques. Okay, they need to know how to get more leads. They need to know how to close more clients, things like that. And that's all well and good. But I'm here to tell you that you will get to a level where none of that will make any difference anymore. You see, when I work with business owners that are already at 7 and 8 figures, those folks got there because they've got a great handle on strategy. They know what to do to get to those levels of success. But what got them to where they are is not going to get them to where they want to be. And they understand that. Because what they now need is they need to turn from focusing on strategic performance to human performance. They have to elevate human performance. To give you an example, with the bigger companies, if you've got a sales team of 100 salespeople and you can raise their output, their performance by 5% per month, you've now seen an increase in output and performance of 500% in a month. And what did that cost you? Well, it cost you the time and effort to invest in developing your teams, developing your people. It's an investment in human performance rather than strategic performance. Now, each has its place, and I'm not saying you should run a business without one, but there comes to a point where all the strategic knowledge in the world won't get you any further than you are. Then it comes down to human performance. It comes down to what you truly believe and expect you can do with your business. It's the same if you're a footballer, an athlete, a musician, an actor. It doesn't matter. You will only ever be as good as you believe you are. If you're an actor and you don't think you're as good as Robert De Niro and that you're ever capable of being as good as Robert De Niro, well, hey, newsflash, you're not going to be as good as Robert De Niro. It's as simple as that. But it's not enough to just say it like some old rote routine on the surface. You have to reprogram yourself internally. So it's a belief. It's not just something you're saying for the sake of it. And that type of investment in human performance and reprogramming is an incredible way to focus your attention on your business, because that's how you can really exponentially grow a business very, very quickly, by focusing on human performance versus strategic performance. So again, to summarize, strategic performance gets the ball rolling. Strategic focus will get you to a certain level. But when you get to that level and you hit your ceiling, focusing on strategic development is not really going to get you where you want to go. That's where you have to switch to human performance. To give you another example of how this works, again, we'll use sales. It's a great way to illustrate what I'm talking about. You could have a terrific funnel in place. You could be generating loads and loads of leads. They could be coming through, booking calls. But hey, you know what? If your salesperson on the end of the call isn't converting, it doesn't matter how good your strategy is for getting calls booked, does it? ultimately, you're not converting it into money. And if you can't fix that human element that's involved in that chain and start converting that into business for yourself, you might as well stop marketing and go take your family on holiday and at least put the money to use in a good way. So what I'm ultimately saying, without dragging this out too long, is that, it's so important. I don't know where you are in your business. I said that earlier, but it's so important for you to take some time to look within. Look at yourself and look at your business. If you're currently going through challenges right now, stop looking out there for the reasons why this is happening to you and look inside. Within your own front doors, as it were, whether that be your business or yourself, take a cold, hard, honest look. What are you experiencing right now that you have created on some level? I bet you it's more than one thing that you're not happy with right now in your life or your business, that you're tolerating, that you actually don't have to tolerate, because you've possibly been unaware up until this point that you've created it yourself. But if you are aware, and you are aware now, then you can stop creating that end result that's getting under your skin, and start creating a more positive result that's more to your liking, that will make you happier, more fulfilled, that is more rewarding, depending on the context. It's amazing to me, though, that we have this ingrained habit in us as human beings, that we feel that problems come to us, they're not created by us, and when we're faced with a problem, the solution is out there. It's always out there. And we'll try and figure it out, by the way, with the same level of intelligence that created the problem in the first place. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. You are the mitigating factor in every situation you face, every experience you face in life or business. You are the mitigating factor. You are present in every situation at some level, and normally at the inception of the problem, and also the inception of the solution, if you're looking within. It all begins and ends with you. It's as simple as that. As soon as you can accept responsibility for that, that gives you tremendous power to affect change in the direction that you want to go. That's why I'm so positive. I say positive is the wrong word. That's why I'm so pumped and passionate. That's a better description. About what I do, about high performance coaching, about helping people to step up to the next level in terms of their own performance, in terms of their own expectation. I'm committed to the formula of be, do, have. I talk about this all the time. It's a very simple formula. If you get it in the wrong order, it doesn't work. Be, do, have. So in other words, in order to do more in life, which will, the knock-on effect is, of doing more, you will have more and have more to share with others. You first have to become more as a person. It's the same with the business. In order for a business to do more in the world, make more of a kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? An impact. That's the word I was looking for. In order to make more of an impact with your business, do more, then you will have to become more as a company. You will have to look at not just your structure, but what your company is all about, your mission statement, why you exist beyond just making money. Once you get to that and you can see the line between your existence and the value you add to people out there in the world, your customers or your clients, then you're enabled to go out there and do more because of that realization. Do more because you've been empowered to do more. And as a result, you can have more, and you have more to share with others, i.e. job creation, etc., etc., etc. But again, it all starts at home. All of it. And I'm so passionate about this because the human element, we can automate as much as we want. But at some point, somebody's got to set the automation. Every now and again, somebody's got to check it's still working correctly. When the automation needs updating, somebody's got to do that job. You're never going to entirely remove the human element. Neither should we wish to do that. So what I'm saying to you is, one of the very best investments you could ever make is the one you make in yourself, and the one that you make in the people in your business. Just by working with people and helping them to become more, everything else gets raised exponentially. It's as simple as that. And it's an exciting ride because when you're dealing with people, it's fun. Machines don't talk back. People do. People have opinions. People have challenges. It's an exciting journey and tremendously rewarding when you help people overcome and excel on the other side of challenge. So that's what I love, why I love what I do so very, very much. It's my calling. And I can't wait to get up every day to do it and to do stuff like this because I know it impacts people. And this video may well reach you at a point in your business right now where you don't need it. That's fine, but I guarantee you one day you will. And then you might come across it again and it will give you real value because the timing is right. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I appreciate your time coming here to either watch or listen, depending where you're getting this podcast. I appreciate that. And, I want you to know before I end this particular episode as well, that this show and myself in particular is committed to your health, wealth and happiness, but also committed to enabling you as an entrepreneur to go out there and create a legacy that you can be really, really proud of. That's what this show's all about. And that's why I hope you keep coming back and tuning in. Similarly, shoot me messages, give me your comments, tell me your thoughts, ask me your questions, because all of that stuff leads to me making more shows, because the more I am informed of what you need from me, the more I'm armed with to go out there and create training and talk to you about it and help you in that way. Meantime, if the timing is right for you right now and you want to find out more and you want a little bit more training on some of the stuff I've been talking about in this particular show, then get along to robertcbrown.online/training. That's robertcbrown.online/training. I've got a free recorded training there that I think you'll get a great deal of value from. So get along there and check that out as well. And with that said, I'm going to take a break, finish that coffee because I've been talking too much. I think it's getting cold, but anyway, never mind. That's it from me. I've loved every minute of it and I'll see you again next week. Take care. Bye-bye.